Hey guys, my name's Ben Howard and today we're out here at Stoney Hill to check this one out. If you've never heard of this course, this one was rated #1 in the state of South Carolina by UDisc recently, so I figured I'd make a trip down here to come check it out. First impressions, this course is like super pretty, as you can tell, and like it looks like we got a good mix of open and wooded golf, so I'm really looking forward to checking this course out. We're going to be playing the diamond layout today, which looks like the longer layout. Looks like it's going to be pretty difficult, so hopefully we can get close to par or something like that. But let's go and get it, do it, and see what happens. All right, guys, so we're on hole 1. This one is a par 3, 580 feet. Basket's downhill, tucked into the wood line on the left, just before we get to the creek. I don't really know if I'm going to be able to get all the way down to the basket, so I'm just going to try and throw something out there as far as I can, just see what kind of approach shot we give ourselves. The tailwind kind of stabled it up. And you know what, we get 2 up first tee. Ooh, a little too flippy maybe. Wrong basket. Okay, so my first shot actually stayed out in the open, so I'm gonna go with it, but probably not, but like maybe 100 feet from the basket, but I gotta do a little forehand turnover to get up there to a putt. That looks good. Yeah. Ooh, there we go. That's a good start. All right, guys, we're on hole 2. This one is a par 3, 285 feet. Basket's up this way, tucked way off to the right, slightly uphill. Forehand's not a bad play on this hole, but I don't have a great forehand, and also it looks like it's just gonna be a lot easier to get the shot shape you need out of a backhand. So I'm gonna go with like a flippy fairway driver, just try and give it some height and a little bit of anhyzer, just see if I can get the coast to the right, and hopefully not cut roll. Pulled it. Oh, that was a really good kick. I think that'll be like a circle 2 look at it. Okay, so maybe a little bit outside circle 2, maybe closer to like 70 feet, but just gonna try and jump putt this up there and get out of here with a par. There we go. All right, guys, we're on hole 3. This one is a par 3, 325 feet. Basket's down this way, tucked way off to the right. I don't think I'm going to be able to avoid the forehand on this one because it looks like it's pretty much a dog leg once you get down there to like the tall grass you can see in front of us. So I'll see if I can just throw this flat. If we'll get enough push to get down there for somewhat of a putt. Too low, but that was a really good forehand from me. Probably have like a easy par from there. Okay, so it's probably a good thing I threw that forehand into the ground because we almost made it pin high. So I definitely needed to go with something slower. Granted, that general is so overstable, I probably would have still gotten up there for a putt if I threw it higher, but definitely not near as far as I was thinking off the tee. So let's go ahead and get up and down and get out of the par. There we go. All right, guys, we're on hole 4. This one's a par 3, 242 feet. Basket's through this gap, slightly tucked off to the right. So you need either like a really straight forehand with a little finish to it, or like a flip up to turn over backhand, or even just like a flat to turn over backhand. I'm gonna go with the backhand just because I'd rather just throw a straight shot and get down there like into circle instead of trying to force a forehand. We are going over a creek, which I'm going to be assuming is OB, so really just want to get past that if anything and avoid taking a big number. Pulled it just a touch. I think that kicked, that might have kicked across the creek. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so I did go out of bounds. I'm assuming at least that creek and beyond is out of bounds. It didn't say on the T sign, but we'll play it as that for this. But I'm like probably less than 100 feet away from the basket. Just gotta be careful because the creek is like 10 to 15 feet to the right of the basket. So just go with the putter turn over, try not to give it too much height. I just threw it straight. Keep right, keep right. Nah, we'll make that putt. There we go. At least my putter's working today. All right, guys, we're on hole 5. This one is a par 4, 500 feet. This hole's basically shaped like an L, where we're going straight for like 150 feet, it looks like, and then the fairway immediately dog legs to the left. We're going straight the rest of that way. Looks like we're going back out in the open where hole 1 was. So I'm just gonna go with a stable driver. We're going pretty far uphill off the tee, so that should kind of help us from going too far. But yeah, just need to get out and left, really far left. That looks good. Maybe a little far, but I think if anything, that's gonna be like on the edge of the fairway on the right side. So we should be able to get up and down for a birdie, hopefully. Okay, so it turns out the fairway kind of bends back a little bit more than I was thinking off the tee. It's almost more of like a 100-degree angle instead of like a perfect like 90-degree angle. And I also threw too fast of a disc, so next time I'll probably need to throw something more like a Firebird or maybe even like an overstable mid-range off the tee. But from here, I'm just gonna be trying to pitch up into the fairway, try and make this par as easy as I can. There we go. Okay, so from here you can actually see the basket. We're going out into the opening like I talked about, but the fairway bends a lot more from left to right than I thought it did. So I need to throw, I'm gonna go with the mid-range, but I need to throw something that's either on a touch of anhyzer or something that's pretty flippy. Just gotta get it under the ceiling and on a touch of anhyzer, we should be fine. Oh. Dang it. Oh, well, okay. I'll get in. Oh, dang. I think I heard it hit something, but I don't know if you just hit back to the left. Hopefully, so. I still have a chance to get it there pretty easily. We're actually a little bit too far left, but I think we're inside the circle for birdie putt. Hi. Hi. Do I smell okay? It's okay. Alright guys, we're on hole 9, final hole of the video. This one is a par 3, 313 feet. You see the black basket straight ahead. Biggest thing to pay attention to is we got OB marked on the left side by the white stakes. And we're going pretty far downhill, so it's going to be easy for any disc I throw to fade out really far, go out of bounds. So I need to make sure I throw this just as straight as I can. So I'm going to go with a straight mid-range out to the right side and see if I can get this to kind of drop. We do have a little bit of a headwind as well, so it's going to kind of make this shot a little bit more difficult, but still, the main thing is not to let the disc fade out. Just hold it in there and let it fall back. Yeah. I think that's long, but that's not out of bounds left, and I don't think there's out of bounds far. Yeah, there's no out of bounds past the basket, so should be good. I almost couldn't find it. I was looking all over for it. It was right here. All right, guys, to finish up the front 9 out here at Stoney Hill, gotta say I'm really happy with how this course turned out so far. Not quite as difficult as I was thinking, but this is definitely a course I would enjoy playing tournaments at because there's a lot of scoring separation. There's a lot of holes you could take birdies, pars, bogeys, or double bogeys on out here. And so I think it's got a really good level of difficulty, and I'm really looking forward to checking out the back 9 because I've seen there's some really, really cool holes in the back 9. So stay tuned for that. I should have that out sometime tomorrow, but thank y'all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and have a good one.